We're in today with the GeForce 405. This is a 2011 video card with 48 shaders, 500 megabytes of VRAM DDR3 Hynix. It's got 64 bits bus width, DirectX 10.1, and running with 475 megahertz on the core clock and 800 megahertz on the memory clock. We're gonna pair it up with this Intel i7 4th gen with 4 cores and 8 threads. We're gonna see how this little monster of video card is holding in a couple of games. Let's jump in. Modern Warfare 3. Apparently, this is a game that works on 1080p with low details. Look at this. Got playable FPS. There's no problem here. 250 megabytes of VRAM used. I will say this is an overall good performance for this video card. Considering what video card I have, I will say this is a big win for this. Who will pick a GeForce 405? You said, you know what? I need a GeForce 405 to play games today. No, it doesn't work like that, you know. Nobody's picking this video card up. But if you do end up with it, if you've managed to find one for very little money, you know, I think this is a game that needs to be added on this video card. Considering it's just a display adapter, this can actually see the 250 megabytes of VRAM being used on the video card. It's only 55 degrees on the GPU, you know, it's not stressed. So I will say in this case, the video card can actually hold the game properly. On the CPU side, you can actually see that the CPU is not stressed, under 10% load, 15 watts consumption, 43 degrees on the CPU. That is something that tells you that you can use older CPU in order to play this game. You know, you don't need an i7 4th gen. I think an older platform will be okay. But if you still want to play some games online, Counter-Strike, the old Counter-Strike, apparently is working with this video card, 60 FPS apparently with maximum core load and 343 megabytes of VRAM used. Maximum core clock, maximum memory clock, everything is maxed out on the video card and it delivers the FPS on 1080p. If you want, you can lower the resolution and you can have higher FPS. But in this case, you can actually see even the CPU it's used, it's got 35 watts consumption, 57, 58 degrees. I'm guessing it's gonna reach 60, but it's doing a fantastic job, this CPU, in order to deliver this performance with this video card. I mean, the video card is not bad in games like this, you know. So in this case, you can actually see that the i7 is being utilized to nearly 30%, and it's using 3.4 gig of system RAM. So 8 gig, 4 gig. I will say 8 gig of system RAM. It will be ideal in this computer if you want to play Counter-Strike online. But this is only for memes, because this GTA 5 online, look at this. I'm not joking. This is kind of horrible to actually see this performance from this video card. I will not say this is something very adequate to do, but it does start the game. 800 by 600 with 0.6 on the render scale, and I will say this is a very bad experience. This is not a bad experience, this is the worst experience ever. Look at this. In this case, you can actually see that the VRAM is maxed out, the core is maxed out. It's one of those games that actually push the video card to the limit. I'm not suggesting something like this, because the most interesting thing about this is that it runs really well, you know, with some old video cards that are still powerful even today. In the garage, you can actually see that the game is not very well. Look at this. 20 FPS with maximum frame time. Look at it, it's on top. I'm not joking, this is not funny. Seriously, look at this. It lags, low FPS, 62 degrees, a 405. I mean, this video card is used, not joking. But if you want to play something else online, World of Tanks, it's one of those games that runs on 1366 with 70% render scale. That's a very low quality for this game, considering this game runs on any potato video cards and Intel HD and every single GPU that is cheap, you know. In this case, I will say this is not an okay performance, but I did want to find a couple of games that actually starts on this video card. So look at the CPU on the other hand, 35 watts consumption, to 30% load on the CPU, and 5.4 gig of system RAM use. I will say the CPU is okay, you know. I think a newer CPU, an i3, a newer CPU can do the job, and an alternative solution will be to use the Intel HD that is much better than this. Seriously. Team Fortress, yes, with this 405, apparently it's working with 50 FPS. Can't complain here, considering this is a very horrible video card. It's not ideal to play this. Look at this. I got like 99% load on the core. This is not great for overall performance. Come on, no, he was on the right side. 61 degrees, 373 megabytes of VRAM, and it's giving me 40-50 FPS on average. I will say it's not bad, it's not great at the same time, but yeah, definitely need a better solution here. Come on, I wanna drill everybody here. Managed to sentry gun, yes. I actually see that the CPU is doing a fantastic job, under 30 watts consumption and 5.4 gig of system RAM. I mean, the CPU it's underutilized here, but the GPU, yeah, definitely it's on maximum. The core clock is on maximum, the memory clock is on maximum, everything is on maximum in this case, and oh my days. But if you jump in Fallout 3 with this video card on 1080p with medium details, you can actually see that the game is running okay, 45 FPS, nearly to 50 FPS on average. I will say this type of game is the one that needs to be played on a video card like this. You can see that in some cases it runs really nice, depending on the resolution and on the quality of the game. Like I said, it's a medium detail, so maybe you can put it on low details or maybe high details with low resolution. It gives you that option. I think 1024 for this game, it's quite enough. And it's quite interesting to see a GeForce 405 running like this, because this video card, if you compare it to older video cards, will have been similar when this game came out, you know, like a 9 series, 9500, 9600 or something like that, 8600, you know, those video cards will have been something similar on this performance, but not 1080p. 1080p, it's an exaggeration on the resolution, because 1366 was the most generic resolution for laptops, you know. So in this case, I will say 1366, 720p or 1024 will have been a much better resolution, and I'm 100% sure I will have been able to put maximum quality in the game. But in GTR Evolution, you can actually play the game with this video card with 720p on high details, you know. Look at this, 70 FPS, 430 megabytes of VRAM. This is actually a nice performance from the video card, even though it's on maximum core load. Oh yes, that's it. Look at that, maximum core load. I will definitely love to play more on this video card, seriously. It's delivering the FPS on 720p. I mean, this is the right resolution, 720p or lower, just in case you want to play, just in case you want to use this video card for gaming, you know. It's not something that I will suggest, you know, 405, but if you manage to end up with this video card, games like this are the one that needs to be put on a system like this. I mean, a system that has this video card, you know. Overall, I think that if you make the right choice on the games, you will end up with a proper experience, even if it's a old video card like this. But if you want to play Skyrim, apparently on lowest resolution with lowest quality, you can actually play with 50 FPS. This is one of those games that needs to be played on at least 60 FPS, because it's very interesting to, how shall I say, to go on a mission with an old video card like this. I will say the video card is capable of delivering the performance, but on lowest resolution and lowest quality. You can get playable FPS, around 60 FPS. In some cases, it drops below, but you can actually see that the frame time looks like a saw. So in this case, I will really suggest to think about it when it comes to playing this game, seriously. Managed to get him. Whoa, that was cool. But in Crysis, with 800 by 600 with lowest details, you can actually see that I got playable FPS. Look at this. I can actually increase the resolution. So on 800 by 600, I got 360 megabytes of VRAM used. Maximum core load, 62 degrees. I mean, the whole thing is working. You know, on the CPU side, I got like 30 watts consumption, and nearly 5 gig of system RAM utilized. I mean, I don't want to play Crysis like this, you know, but it does start the game. And in this case, I will not complain about this. You know, if it's in the library and you manage to restore a computer, I think this is playable. But on the other side, I don't recommend it because, come on, it's a 405. Okay, so I changed the resolution to 1024. Let's see how it's holding now. It's reaching nearly 400 megabytes of VRAM utilized, but now it's on 50 FPS on average. I will not say this is playable, seriously, because I'm 100% sure if I reach how shall I say, a team fight, I end up engaging with the enemy, I'm 100% sure it will lower my FPS. But in BioShock, apparently, with the same settings like I had in Fallout or Elder Scrolls or every single game from that generation, that year, I kept it with 720p with low details. But in BioShock, apparently, you get good FPS, like over 100 FPS. That allows you, maybe in the future, if you want, this is your personal choice, is to increase the details or increase the resolution. Nice performance overall, 200 megabytes of VRAM utilized in this case, and only 62 degrees. Only 62 degrees considering it's utilizing maximum core load. I can recommend the video card, but is a video card, you know? So if you manage to find it cheap, if you manage to find one for free, if you can get it without any stress or offering a lot of money, I think it's worth having a video card like this for testing computers, rebuilding an old small form factor computer and making it as a retro machine. That's the only thing I can think about it. Only if it's the last video card on the planet, then it means a lot. That's it. That's the only way this video card becomes valuable, if it's the last one. That's it. Can't say nothing else. The only thing I can do is, hey, if you enjoy the benchmark, if you like the games, make sure you smash that like button. And if you have any suggestion in the future, make sure to leave a comment, and I'll see you very soon.